Part of Sports Tonight, and let me just introduce to you my very special guest, a very good friend, good friends they are, and they are here, of course, to try to talk about how our clubs can solve all of the problems we've been highlighting all day, take care of their players, and have money to put structures in place. Let me start by introducing Aiko Ojekere, the CEO League Bloggers Award. He's been involved, of course, in the league in different capacities. He's been a sponsor, he's been a journalist, everything, a marketer, everything rolled into one. Aikoje, good to have you on Sports Tonight.
My pleasure.
And of course, Kumbi has not had too many roles like Aikoje. He's a club sponsor. He's been involved in, club sponsorship and all of that, but he's not been a journalist before. Has he been a journalist before? All right, but Kumbi, good to have you as well on Sports Tonight.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, Aikoje, you've been listening to all that Austin has been talking about. Welfare, welfare, welfare. And I think the way to go really is what we want to discuss now. How can these clubs begin to attract corporate support and move away from this level of dependence on government that is not yielding any results?
Yeah, the issue is you must have multiple streams of income. Right now, they just have one particular stream. And when, government they all have a lot of work to do. Build roads, schools, hospitals, and all the rest. So clubs must think out of the box. But the problem is they're not thinking, and that's where the problem lies. Clubs must understand that they must get into branding. That's the way to go. But you look at the 20 clubs. Like you say, one has been in this for so long a time. You look at clubs. Even some of the private clubs, have they really done what is the right thing to be done? The answer is no. We're talking about structures. Just like Austin. What you were talking structure. When it comes to branding too, and clubs surviving is also structure. You look at. I was excited when House of Oak celebrated 100 years. It was massive. When Al Ali celebrated their anniversary,
and they brought Barcelona and brought some of the best clubs in the world.
They brought Madrid.
Zamalek,
of course, the
rivals.
Zamalek brought Ajax. When they also celebrated their 100th anniversary. Just in Ghana here, Accra House of Folk also celebrated 100 years. So our clubs, first of all, do we have clubs that celebrate such number? And when you look at even those, the likes of Rangers, Rangers have been there right from when the league started. 6 clubs. Rangers was one of them. Has Rangers ever celebrated the anniversary? So that's, you look at different areas. That's Sharks.
Sharks recently signed a shared deal, and I'm not sure we have a lot of clubs that have that kind of deal in Nigeria. But Kumbi, that's a major source of income elsewhere. In Europe, in Asia, in South America, that's a major source of income.
Yeah.
What do these clubs need to do to attract? You're a corporate player.
Yeah.
How can somebody catch your attention, for example, from maybe Sharks of Port Harcourt, from Warri Wolves, from Enyimba? What will they do to say, Kumbi is watching, Kumbi wants to be involved?
Well, quite frankly, it all begins with how they package themselves. Clubs must understand that, quite frankly, the football is a business. So until they begin to sell themselves as a business to the corporate world, then I'm sorry.
What kind of thing are you looking at when you tell them to sell themselves as a business? What are you looking at?
We need to move beyond the mentality of, I'm just coming to play football. We need to begin to sell these clubs as a business. For example, I'm a club and I'm looking for corporate sponsors. So what is it? What is the need for the sponsors? A sponsor
what am I going to be offering?
Exactly.
What are my deliverables?
A sponsor will not just come and splash money because he's feeling lucky or feeling happy. He's not going to just give you money. There need to be return on investment. So you come to me, table the opportunities that exist in either shared branding or bros branding or whatever other form of branding is available. Let me know what it is that I stand to benefit from this. When clubs begin to think out of the box, like Aiko just said, things will change.
Do you look at things like followership? Do you look at the numbers of people who come to watch their games?
Of course.
Whether there's violence at their match venues? What practical things would you, for example, because I'm sure a lot of clubs are watching now, and are beginning to think, this year has been very tough for the clubs because obvious reasons. Government income is dwindling and they can't really run the clubs the way they should. So I'm sure a lot of them are listening and they want to tap into what they need to do to be able to get some other things from the corporate Nigeria.
For example, you want to know how many tickets are sold, you know, when people come to watch the matches. You want to know how secure the matches, the venue of the matches are. You want to know how, I won't use the word buoyant, but I mean, you want to know how well the club is doing on the table. You want to know how long the club has been in existence and how solid they are, you know, on the league. These are things you want to see. So, for example, if I know that, you know, some of the matches will be aired maybe live on TV, it gives me this sense of belonging.
For more viewership.
That's it, my brother. So those are the things that corporates are looking for. If you're able to sell to me and persuade me and convince me beyond every reasonable doubt that, you know, opportunities lie for shared branding, then I'm telling you, you know, more corporates will get involved, just like we've seen with Sharks of Port Harcourt.
Just to add to it, Tony, at this point, clubs must begin to understand that their matches must be on TV. I mean, you and I know that some clubs will frown at, you know,
TV.
At TV, even with the incentive. But at this point, they need to know that, look, the number one, TV is the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the essence of shared branding if you're scared?
For example, Sharks of Port Harcourt with their Unicel shirts.
Yeah.
What is the essence if nobody is going to be watching? The sponsors won't come and identify.
Exactly.
That's the point.
The league management company did something a few days ago. They gave special tickets to their sponsors to be able to watch games and enjoy match day hospitality. That's the key word. Match day hospitality. Couldn't be you are a corporate player. You go to watch a game. You feel pressed.
Yeah.
You can't even go try to go near. You are there with your kids. You're there with your wife, your family, and the little boy tells you, "Daddy, I want a wee wee." You know, these are little issues, Ikoji.
That counts.
That counts.
All those count. I mean, you don't even talk about the sponsors. I mean, you have the Magic Hospitality program, and they're there, and the hospitality is not hospitality itself. Because
hospitality suites are, commonplace in the big leagues, and people are able to go and enjoy themselves.
Certainly. Again, okay, we want to hold a meeting with you. Let's go to your clubhouse.
Clubhouse?
Yeah, let's go to your clubhouse. I mean,
how many clubs have clubhouse?
Even the big names. I mean, you want to show a trophy cabinet to your potential.
Trophy cabinet. How many?
Not the one in
the chairman's office.
Not the one in your office. The club's trophy cabinet. So you see, these are all the things that they must put together. I mean, clubs. Ronaldo has a museum. I mean, for crying out loud, clubs should understand that. Look, you need. I mean, that is what that's what you're going to flaunt. You know, for the potential sponsor. I mean, amongst all the other things you're going to put forward.
I think we still have a long way to go, honestly, but we must start from the basics.
I'm going to come to you, Kumbi, to talk about where we need to start.
Yeah.
Where we need to start. I'm sure we can't complete everything in one day, but we need to start.
Yeah.
And the earlier we start,
the better
for us. But before I come to you, let me just run through some issues very, very quickly. Federation Cup matches are going to be played tomorrow. Quarter-final matches in the Federation Cup 2015. And I think this year we've seen a lot. We've seen a better Federation Cup in terms of the organization, in terms of the way the games have gone and the way the NFF have announced all of these things. But let's start with what you're seeing on your screen, the fixtures for the men. Lobby Stars will be taking on Giant Killers, BJ Foundation. That will be in Lokoja, 3 p.m. El Kaneme Warriors will be taking on Enugu Rangers in Abuja. The Gold Project, for those of you asking, it will be at the Gold Project. Nasarawa United will be taking on Ifeanyi Uba in Ilorin. We'll try to get your footages from that game. Aqua United against Tornadoes Feeders will be in Makurdi. These are the quarterfinal fixtures for the men. For the women, Rivers Angels against Confluence Queens in Enugu. Do Queens against Bayelsa Queens in Anambra. Osun Queens against Nasarawa Amazons in Benin. FC Robo against Sunshine Queens will be in Delta. For the men, top scorers in the Federation Cup up till this stage, we have Friday Obong of Aqua United on 5 goals, Bobby Clement of Rangers on 3, Junior Osaige of BJ Foundation on 3, and Chinedu Ihanacho of Taraba on 3. For the women, we have Tina Oyeleme of Sunshine on 3, Ijeoma Emenike of Rivers Angels on 3, Rafiat Sule of Bayelsa Queens also on 3. All right, so all 3 ladies on 3. 3 on 3 for the women. All right. But could be as we wrap up the show because our time is gone.
Yeah.
Where do we need to start?
Well, from the basics, like I was saying. For example, you were just telling me, before the show started about how someone wanted to ease himself in a stadium. In a stadium, and these clubs will go as much as telling you that we have a seating capacity of 20,000, 15,000, but we don't even have something as little as a convenience. It's very important. This is Nigeria. We overlook a lot of things, but we need to consider the basics. For example, fans don't even have replica jerseys to wear. I'm going to watch a football match between Sharks of Port Harcourt, and I'm wearing Chelsea jersey because it's blue. I feel it's wrong. We need to start from the basics. So, I mean, roll out these replicas. It won't cost you an arm and a leg. Just roll out these things. Sell it for as little as maybe 3 to 4 to 5,000 naira. Fans will buy it. And before you know it, word is going out there that, your team is playing on so day. We begin to entertain more people in the club, and the league will grow. The league can grow, but we need to make the league grow. If we don't make the league grow, it will not grow.
I could final word from you.
Yeah, you can't overemphasize the importance of replica. Good enough,
merchandising.
Yeah. With canopy pillars, I think that is beginning to happen.
Eyimba,
Shooting Stars, Kwara United. Lobby Stars. They've got kit company that is into all that, but a lot more has to be done. But again, one other thing with me, I think I'm really excited with. Some of these trailers where you're driving out of Lagos, back then you see them having foreign, but now you see those
canopilas
together.
So the awareness is there that we can build on.
We can move from there.
All right, let me read this one as we wrap up the show because I'm told my time is up. Jimon says our club are not being able to get corporate sponsors because of our environment. He says the clubs are majorly controlled by government, and until government begins to think differently, some of these things will not happen.
Just to add, the lack marketing unit. I think they should contract it to specialized firms that will do all that. Because
marketing outfits.
All 20 clubs lack marketing units.
And then they will be able to do it for the clubs. Kumbi, I must thank you so much for your time on the show tonight. Aiko J, thank you for your time. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye now.